looking pretty stylish with that Surface tablet you got there.
You know, in funny news...
no, we are not doing an Apple commercial. iPad. Surface.
You know, they are taking trade-ins. They announced it. They're taking tablet, iPad trade-ins that you get a minimum of $200 credit and it goes towards the Surface.
Man, Windows, man, trying to cut into the market share.
Either that or they're working really hard at it. I'm Jay Friesen.
I'm
this
Brian.
Is Dr. Brian Madsen, the smart one in the room. And this is the Spindle. Welcome to Dead Reckoning. We got a couple cool news items for you today, and we've got a good show this week. Musician, I call him former. He laughs about it.
Okay, what's he a former?
CCM artist, musician Chris Taylor. Played with Love Coma, Vigilantes of Love. He's worked with Matt Slocum of Sixpence None the Richer. I mean, the guy is
Dave
awesome.
Stewart, Eurythmics. Look, he is a very cool guy, and he shows up. He actually brings a studio audience with him to his interview, which
he does.
I mean,
that's really cool.
It is super rad. You'll have to check that out.
That is really cool. And then the commentary you're talking about. You did a good commentary today. Ooh.
You can tell we've already filmed that segment.
Good
commentary. Hey, thanks, man. It's good. So check that out. That's all about belief and so forth. You know?
Yeah, and I've got a tale of poo on Dad Life today.
Well, what would this show be without one of Jay's patented tales of poo?
But first, the sentences of science and what they really mean.
I am a scientist. And you are going to translate for me, right?
This was posted to Cheeseburger. There's no attribution, so cheeseburger.com.
So we're stealing it from cheeseburger.com, okay? I'm a scientist, and I've just published my research, and so I'm going to say my research, and Jay's going to translate for you. It has long been known.
I didn't look up the original reference.
A definite trend is evident.
The data are practically meaningless.
While it has not been possible to provide definite answers to the questions.
An unsuccessful experiment, but I still hope it get it published.
3 of the samples were chosen for detailed study.
The other results didn't make any sense at all.
Typical results are shown.
This is the prettiest graph.
These results will be in a subsequent report.
I might get around to it sometime, if published, if funded.
Careful analysis of obtained data.
3 pages of notes were obliterated when I knocked over a glass of beer.
After additional study by my colleagues.
They didn't understand it either.
Thanks are due to Joe Blotz for assistance with the experiment and to Cindy Adams for valuable discussions.
Mr. Blotz did the work and Miss Adams explained to me what it meant.
A highly significant area for exploratory study.
A totally useless topic selected by my committee.
In my experience...
Once.
In case after case.
Twice.
In a series of cases.
3 times.
It is believed that...
I think.
It is generally believed that...
A couple of others think so, too.
Correct within an order of magnitude.
Wrong.
According to statistical analysis...
Rumor has it.
It is clear that much additional work will be required before a complete understanding of this phenomenon occurs.
I don't understand.
A statistically oriented projection of the significance of these findings.
A wild guess.
It is hoped that this study will stimulate further investigations in this field.
I quit.
Hey, good job, Costello. Good job.
That, my friend, was funny.
Yes, that is good stuff. So thanks, Cheeseburger, for passing that along. And hey,
we do appreciate it.
I suppose I should give accolades for where I found that. I'm not exactly browsing around Cheeseburger. No.
Cheeseburger.com
the
can be funny.
The official DRTV bartender sent that to me.
Ooh, the official How is he coming? We have a DRTV stout.
Scotch ale coming.
Scotch ale?
Yeah. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Local roaster Gary with Revel Coffee Roasters has provided a little bit smite of beer. Or
coffee for the beer.
Coffee grounds.
It's going to be a nice stout for winter because it is getting cold. I'm wearing the sweater vest because things are getting chilly.
All right,
here
first
in
spindle item.
All right, what do you got, buddy?
First spindle item. The church does not exist to supply comfort, ease, and convenient services to religious consumers, and God is not a commodity that exists to make you feel better. That is a quote from an article published in 2006 in the Leadership Journal by Skye Jethani, and it's called Consumerism and Church. I Church, All We Like Sheep. It is our insistence on choices that lead us astray, talking about consumerism and the church. And here's why I think it's important, and I bring it to your attention because of the importance that culture has on our faith.
Yes.
And the question it brings up is, how much does your culture influence your faith versus your faith influencing your culture? So I encourage you to look that up and read it. And that is my first Spindle item.
You're just going to tell them to read it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No further comment?
Well,
I
the
thought that was very
the comment
appropriate.
is how much does your culture influence your faith versus your faith influence your culture? And it's a really good article to start thinking about some of that stuff.
That's really great. Now, I haven't read it, but my suspicion is the idea is if you're a complete consumer of church, if church is just, hey, is it all about me and what I like and so forth, that is your culture. That's the Apple culture.
That's the culture we live in.
church, right?
That's the culture we live in. It's our consumerism life, and we apply that to our faith unnecessarily.
Cool. Well, I got a kind of a fun Spindle item. The National Football League just recently got contracted with Uber to provide a unique service to their employees. You see, the NFL has this problem with their employees. Their employees like to go out on the town and kind of tear it up with the gangsters and the entourages and so forth. And so
Escalades with 20-inch chrome rims.
Yeah, you got it. So
actually, I think you can put 22s and 24s on Escalades.
You're asking the wrong guy here.
I got 18s on my car.
Well, you know what you do when you have an employee problem. Listen, when all of your employees are consistently getting high and drunk, and they're just slobbering drunk and they can't drive, you want to avoid the embarrassment as an employer of having all of your employees picked up for DUIs. So the NFL has decided that they're going to contract with Uber. So now all NFL players have a special app designed just for them, so that at 2:00 in the morning when they're in the back of the strip club smoking cigars or whatever, all they have to do is push the button, and via GPS within 10 minutes a limo will be there to pick them up.
I've never used Uber, but Uber is a pretty cool app. Now the thing that NFL players have to realize is that they're role models. You don't want to consistently be getting picked up for stuff that's sketchy.
So what we got to do is have an app that brings us a limo, so then we won't have the DUI problem. Now, never mind the strip clubs and all that. But here's my thing. It's like the old adage, right? If you want less of something, tax it. If you want more of something, subsidize it. What are NFL franchises going to get more of? More drunk employees. That's my Spindle item. Fantastic. What a world. What a country, huh? What a country. Oh.
If you think that's great about the country, check this out. All right. All Things Digital recently published an article entitled "We Should Start Paying as Consumers," or something along those lines. And they've been tracking, and I don't know if you've been tracking, the whole Google is going to argue that their customers have no right
to privacy.
Sure. They should not expect privacy because it's a free service.
Right.
So All Things Digital was saying, hey, maybe we should actually
start paying
and actually get some privacy here. Now, I for one, have all my email accounts are paid, and I have a lot of email accounts, but they're all pay accounts, either Google Apps or Office 365, which works out pretty well. And it's not very expensive, but at least then I have some semblance of security, knowing that, yes, if the government comes down, they are going to take the data, but I know they're not going to be scanning it in the normal course of business and trying to mine information so that they can tell you what you need to buy.
That actually is scary. Well, when Jay says that all of my email accounts are paid, you had to see how many email accounts this guy's got. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's absurd. But it is actually kind of freaky how I don't remember what it was. I was looking into and buying something, so I was doing some internet research, and suddenly every page I was going to, the first ad was for the item, or a different brand of the item that I was looking for. So that's creepy.
Now, I'm gonna go off on a quick tangent really quick. Now, Facebook does the same thing where they track all your internet. Like they can tell what movies you're watching on the web. They can tell where you go to and from when it comes to your website. I mean, they're tracking so much stuff. It's freaky. Right. Now, when my status on Facebook was listed as married,
yes,
you know the #1 ad I got?
No.
Singles living in Billings, Montana.
No way.
I got rid of that.
Serious?
I got rid of that, and all my dating ads went away.
That's actually really immoral and creepy.
That's creepy. It's
Yeah.
straight creepy. So this brings me to my point, speaking
Yes.
of immoral and creepy.
Yes.
We live in a society anymore that is rife with people wanting to tear down another person. I mean, we just saw this on ESPN. The coach of Nebraska 2 years ago was ranting about something. You know how we all get upset at times and we tend to rant. Well, his was recorded and somebody just released it. 2 years old, and they're making a huge deal out of this. We love to see the downfall of somebody in society. The best way to prevent any sort of downfall or to keep your nose clean is to keep your nose clean. We don't live in an era where you can hide stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Google knows what you're looking at on the web. They know where you're going, who you're talking to, what videos you're watching on break.com. I mean, if you don't want to have skeletons in your closet, don't have any skeletons in your closet. So my point is
you're wise beyond your years.
One, live an upright life. Come on, just live a good life and be honest when you're screwing up. And then nobody can hold anything against you because everything's out in the open already. So it's not like, there you go.
You're wise beyond your years, my friend.
That's some
seriously awesome spindleage right there. Seriously awesome spindleage. Well, I got to bring it up as we close it out here. Okay, I didn't want to. The other day, obviously, a deranged gunman just, killed a dozen people in Washington, D.C. at the Naval Shipyard, and immediately on my Twitter feed, Twitter explodes into yet another debate over gun control, and I was like, yawn. I don't need to read Twitter today.
I know. Your comment to me was, are we going to have a gun control debate every time somebody shoots somebody?
The answer, yes. So I don't want to have the gun control debate, but I do want to comment. I do want to say something about the open letter that the CEO of Starbucks Coffee sent yesterday. I wrote an open letter to gun owners, and essentially sort of asked nicely and politely that gun owners in states where you can open carry, ask them politely to not open carry in Starbucks restaurants. I mean, he's not going to make it a ban. He can't enforce it. He's asking nicely. And the reason for that is that he just found that open carry makes people uncomfortable, and this is not the sort of establishment Starbucks wants to be. Now, I want to make a comment about this because he says both sides of the political issue are really dragging Starbucks into this big debate. Some people are having like Starbucks Appreciation Day, with the idea that Starbucks favors open carry. So, hey, take your gun to Starbucks Day and this sort of thing. And he's trying to say, guys, no, look, we do not want to be in the middle of this. Here's what I want to say about that. I own guns. You certainly own guns. You carry guns.
Highly trained concealed carry permit holder.
You carry them. We live in a gun-toting state. I do want to say this to my gun-owning and gun-toting friends. If you are open carrying and you are not carrying like $10,000 in cash on you, if you're open carrying just for the sake of doing it, you're being very immature. Now, hear me out on this. I know I just ticked off a bunch of my friends. Look, you're being very immature. The point of open carry is to make people uncomfortable. That is the point. I have a bunch of money in this satchel. I'm taking it to the bank. I want wrongdoers to feel very uncomfortable. Here is my sidearm. You can see it, okay? The point of concealed carry is to protect yourself and not make people uncomfortable. If you're walking into a coffee shop and sitting down next to the group of little old ladies having their Bible study,
they don't need to know you have a gun.
Packing your 45 in open sight is frankly immature.
And likely in this climate, it will probably just get the cops called on you because those little old ladies will be like, "Oh my God, he's got a gun!"
It is not worth it. It's immature. You really are making people uncomfortable. So stop. If you want to carry, please go get a concealed carry permit and carry accordingly.
Agreed.
That's what I want to say.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah. Well, and that's been our Spindle. I'm Jay Friesen.
I'm Brian Mattson.
And this is Dead Reckoning.